My girlfriend's secret ex showed up at our beach vacation rental. Surprise. I'm staying here too. We had this booked for months. She claimed she forgot to mention it. I said, no problem. Then I packed my bags, checked into the resort next door alone, and posted MY vacation photos. When she knocked on my door at midnight, original post. 29 male. I've been dating my girlfriend for about 14 months. We met through mutual friends at a barbecue, hit it off, and things progressed pretty quickly. She was smart, funny, worked as an event coordinator at a hotel chain, and seemed genuinely interested in building something real. Or so I thought. About 2 months into dating, she mentioned her ex. They'd been together for 3 years, broke up about 8 months before we met. She said it ended because he wasn't ready to commit and that she'd moved on completely. I didn't think much of it. Everyone has a past. I've got exes too. Fast forward to 3 weeks ago. We've been planning a beach vacation for months. She found this rental through her work connections, a nice 2-bedroom place right on the water, way below market rate, because of her employee discount. I paid for half, which came out to about $800 for the week. She handled the booking since it was through her company's system. We drove down on a Saturday morning. 5 hours in the car, good music, stopped for lunch at this little seafood shack she knew about. Everything felt perfect. We got to the rental around 4 p.m., unpacked, and I was literally opening a beer on the back deck when I heard a car pull into the driveway. My girlfriend went pale. Like, actually white. Me? You expecting someone? Her, I need to tell you something. Before she could explain, a guy walked around the corner of the house, carrying a duffel bag and a cooler. Tall, good-looking in that annoying way some guys are, wearing a tank top and board shorts like he owned the place. Him surprise. Finally made it. Traffic was brutal. He stopped when he saw me. Looked at my girlfriend. Looked back at me. Him, oh, hey, you must be the new boyfriend. I didn't say anything. Just waited. My girlfriend stepped forward, doing this nervous laugh thing she does when she's caught in something. Her, okay, so I should have mentioned this earlier. When we booked this place months ago, it was actually supposed to be a group trip. Me, my sister, and him. We had it reserved before you, and I even started dating. Then things changed, my sister couldn't come, but the booking was already paid for, and I didn't want to waste it, so I figured we could all just share the space. The ex dropped his bag on the deck like this was totally normal. Him. Yet 2 bedrooms, plenty of room. I'll take the smaller one. You guys can have the master. No big deal. I set my beer down. Took a breath. Me. So let me get this straight. You booked a vacation with your ex-boyfriend months ago. Then you invited me to come on what I thought was our romantic getaway. And you just forgot to mention he'd be here too. Her. I didn't forget. I just didn't know how to bring it up. I knew you'd overreact. Me, overreact. Her, see? You're doing it right now. It's not a big deal. We're all adults. He and I are just friends now. The ex was already inside, opening the fridge, grabbing one of the beers I'd brought. Him calling out, she's right, man. Ancient history between us. I'm just here for the beach and the free booze. You don't have to worry about me. I looked at my girlfriend. She had this pleading expression, like she was waiting for me to be the cool boyfriend who just rolls with it. Me. You know what? You're right. No problem. Her face relaxed. Really? Me, yeah. No problem at all. I walked inside, went to the bedroom where I just unpacked 20 minutes earlier, and started putting everything back in my suitcase. Her, following me. What are you doing? Me, packing. Her, why? I said it's fine. Me. And I said no problem. This is me having no problem. You two enjoy your week. Her, you can't be serious right now. I zipped up my bag, grabbed my toiletry kit from the bathroom, and headed for the front door. Her, getting louder. You're being ridiculous. This is so immature. You're going to ruin the whole vacation over nothing. The ex was sitting on the couch now, watching this unfold like it was a reality show. He had this little smirk on his face that told me everything I needed to know. Me, have a good trip. I loaded my stuff in my car and pulled out of the driveway. She was standing on the porch, arms crossed, looking furious. The ex had come out too and was saying something to her, probably along the lines of let him go. I drove about 2 miles down the road to a resort I'd noticed on the way in. Nice place, ocean view, looked expensive. I didn't care. I walked into the lobby and asked if they had any rooms available. They did. A king suite with a balcony overlooking the water. $340 a night. I booked it for 4 nights, the remainder of my vacation time. Was it financially stupid? Maybe, but sometimes you have to pay for peace of mind. I got to my room, ordered room service, and sat on that balcony watching the sunset with a $16 burger and a beer that actually belonged to me. Then I did something petty. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not sorry either. I posted a photo to my Instagram story. Just me, the sunset, the ocean, a glass of wine. Caption: upgraded my vacation plans. Sometimes the best trips are the ones you take alone. Within an hour, my phone started blowing up. Her first text: seriously? You're posting vacation photos? While I'm sitting here upset. Then, this is so passive-aggressive. Then, you're trying to make me look bad. Then, can we please just talk about this like adults? I didn't respond. Turned my phone to Do Not Disturb and went to sleep. Around midnight, there was a knock at my door. Loud. Insistent. I looked through the peephole. It was her. Her. I know you're in there. The front desk told me your room number. We need to talk. I opened the door, but didn't invite her in. Me. How'd you even get here? It's 2 miles. Her. I walked. In flip-flops. Because my boyfriend abandoned me. Me. I didn't abandon you. I removed myself from a situation you created. Her. Can I please come in? Me. No. Her face crumbled a little. Why are you being so cold? This isn't like you. Me. This isn't like you either. Or maybe it is, and I'm just now seeing it. Her. I made a mistake, okay? I should have told you about the booking. But you're blowing this way out of proportion. He's just a friend. Nothing is going on between us. Me. Then why didn't you tell me? Her. Because I knew you'd react like this. Me. So your solution was to surprise me with your ex-boyfriend on our romantic vacation and hope I'd just be cool with it? She didn't have an answer for that. Me. Go back to the rental. Enjoy your trip. We'll talk when we're both home. Her. So that's it? You're just going to stay here alone and post your little photos and pretend everything's fine? Me. I'm not pretending anything. I'm having my vacation. You're having yours. We'll sort out the rest later. I closed the door. She knocked a few more times, but eventually I heard her footsteps retreating down the hallway. I went back to sleep. Best rest I'd had in months, honestly. This all happened 4 days ago. I'm back home now. She's been texting nonstop, alternating between apologetic and angry. Her ex apparently left the rental early. Something about drama he didn't sign up for. She spent the last 2 days of the trip alone. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet, but I'm leaning toward done. You don't forget to mention your ex is joining your vacation. That's not how forgetting works. We'll update if anything significant happens. Update 1. 8 days later. All right, so things have gotten way more complicated and way worse. First, thanks for all the comments on my original post. A lot of you told me to just end it clean and move on. That was my plan, truly, but then I found some things out. The day after I got home from the beach, my girlfriend showed up at my apartment. I wasn't going to let her in, but she was crying and making a scene in the hallway, so I figured it was better to deal with this inside than have my neighbors involved. Her. I need you to understand something. I messed up. I know I messed up, but it's not what you think. Me, what do I think? Her. You think something's going on with me and him. There isn't. We're genuinely just friends now. The booking was from before we started dating. I should have canceled his part, but honestly, I forgot it was even still happening until he texted me last week to confirm. Me, you forgot. Her, yes. I handled dozens of bookings for work. It slipped through the cracks. I know that sounds like an excuse, but it's the truth. I wanted to believe her. Part of me really did. So I asked her something. Me, can I see your phone? Her, what? Me, if there's nothing going on, let me see your messages with him. Prove it. She hesitated. And that hesitation told me everything. Her, I don't think that's healthy. We should trust each other. Me, you invited your ex on our vacation without telling me, and you want to talk about trust? Long pause. Her, fine. Fine. If that's what it takes. She handed me her phone. I went to her messages with him. And guys, it was bad. The texts went back months. And they weren't just friends' texts. They were flirty, inside jokes, references to things they'd done together. Nothing explicitly physical, but the vibe was clear. She was still emotionally involved with this guy. Then I found the conversation from the week before a trip. Him. So, is the boyfriend coming or not? Her. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to uninvite him without it looking suspicious. But it's fine. I'll keep him busy during the day. And I can hang out at night after he goes to sleep. Him. LOL sounds like a plan. Can't wait to see you. Her. Miss you too. This week is going to be fun. I didn't say anything. Just handed the phone back to her. Her. It's not what it looks like. Me. It's exactly what it looks like. You plan to spend time with him behind my back during what was supposed to be our vacation. Her. We were just going to hang out. As friends. I knew you'd get weird about it, so I didn't mention it. Me. Get out. Her. What? Me. Get out of my apartment. We're done. She tried arguing. Tried crying. Tried telling me I was overreacting again. I didn't engage. Just opened the door and waited until she left. That was 5 days ago. Since then, it's been chaos. She's been texting me constantly, ranging from, "I'm so sorry, please give me another chance," to "You're throwing away 14 months over a misunderstanding," to "You're going to regret this." Then her ex started texting me. Yeah, he got my number somehow. Him. Hey man, I think you're making a bigger deal out of this than it needs to be. Nothing happened between us. She loves you. I didn't respond. Him. You're really going to ghost me? Mature. Still didn't respond. Him. Whatever, dude. Your loss. She deserves better anyway. That one almost got me to reply, but I held back. Then came the real fun part. Her mother called me. Her mom. I don't know what she did, but she's a mess. She won't eat. She's calling out of work. She just sits in her room, crying. Whatever happened? Can't you at least talk to her? Me. Ma'am, with all respect, you should ask your daughter what happened. It's not my story to tell. Her mom. She said you abandoned her on vacation and then broke up with her for no reason. Me. That's not accurate. But again, I'm not going to get into it. I'm sorry she's struggling, but I can't help her. Her mom hung up on me. I expected that. The next day, I got a long message from my girlfriend's sister. The same sister who was supposedly supposed to be on this trip originally, but couldn't make it. Her. I need to tell you something. I wasn't supposed to be on that trip. That was a lie. The booking was always just for my sister and her ex. They've been planning this for months. She told me she was going to use the trip to figure out her feelings. I told her it was wrong, but she didn't listen. I'm sorry you got caught in the middle of this. You seem like a good guy, and you deserve to know the truth. I screenshot that message. Saved it. Thank her for being honest. So there it is. The whole thing was planned. The trip, the surprise arrival, the late-night hangouts while I slept. All of it. I was the backup plan in case things didn't work out with the ex. And if they did work out, well, I guess I would have just been quietly phased out. I'm not going to lie, that one hurt. 14 months. I thought I knew her. But I'm also weirdly grateful it happened now instead of later. Imagine finding this out after we'd moved in together. Or gotten engaged. Or worse. Some of my friends have been checking in, asking what happened. I've kept it vague, just said it didn't work out. I'm not interested in trashing her publicly. That's not my style. But I've also made it clear to anyone who asks that I'm done, and no amount of mutual friend intervention is going to change that. She tried showing up at my apartment again 2 days ago. I didn't open the door. She left eventually. That brings us to today. I woke up to a Venmo request from her. For $800. With a note, "My half of the rental since you bailed." I declined it. Then I blocked her on Venmo too. I've now blocked her on everything. Phone, social media, Venmo, email. The only way she can reach me now is by showing up in person, and if that continues, I'll look into what my legal options are. One more update coming probably, because I have a feeling she's not going to let this go quietly. Update 2, 14 days after original post. Okay, this is hopefully my last update because I genuinely want to move on with my life. After blocking her everywhere, I had about 3 days of peace. Then things escalated in ways I didn't expect. First, she showed up at my job. I work in IT for a mid-sized company. Nothing fancy, just a regular office job. She apparently talked her way past the front desk by claiming to be a family friend with an urgent message. Security came to my desk to let me know I had a visitor. I went to the lobby. There she was, looking like she hadn't slept in days. Her. You blocked me. You actually blocked me everywhere. Me, yes. Because we're broken up and you won't stop contacting me. Her, you can't just erase 14 months like it never happened. Me, I'm not erasing anything. I'm moving forward. There's a difference. Her, I made one mistake. Me, you planned to cheat on me during our vacation. That's not a mistake. That's a decision. People in the lobby were starting to stare. The receptionist was on the phone, probably calling security. Her, I wasn't going to cheat. I just wanted to see if there was still something there. I was confused. Me, and now you have your answer. There's nothing here anymore either. Security showed up and asked her to leave. She did, but not before calling me a cold, heartless robot, loud enough for the whole lobby to hear. My manager pulled me aside later and asked if everything was okay. I gave him the abbreviated version. Bad breakup, ex won't accept it, won't happen again. He was understanding about it, but I could tell it wasn't a great look. That night, I started getting messages from mutual friends. Not taking sides exactly, but asking what really happened because apparently she'd been telling people her version of events. In her version, I abandoned her the vacation rental with no explanation, then ghosted her when she tried to apologize. I thought about just staying quiet, taking the high road, but then I remembered the screenshot from her sister. I sent it to 3 mutual friends. Just the sister's message, no commentary from me. I figured they could draw their own conclusions. Within hours, the narrative shifted. People stopped asking me what happened and started asking her. One of her mutual friends, a guy I'd known since college, texted me, "Dude, I had no idea. I'm sorry I doubted you." I told him it was fine. I understood why people wanted to believe her version. It's easier to think someone just overreacted than to accept that someone you thought you knew was capable of planning something like this. Then came the real kicker. Her ex started dating someone else. Like publicly. Posted photos with this new girl just 8 days after our beach disaster. My ex saw it, obviously, because she immediately unfollowed him on everything and then posted a cryptic story about people who use others and throw them away. The irony was not lost on me. But here's where it gets interesting. One of the mutual friends I'd shared the sister's message with happens to work at the same hotel chain as my ex. Not the same location, but they know each other professionally. Word got around. My ex's reputation at work took a hit. Nothing official, no HR complaints or anything, but people talk. Her boss started giving her less desirable assignments. A promotion she'd been expecting got delayed, pending review. Colleagues who used to be friendly became distant. Is this karma? Is it just the natural consequence of being someone who treats people poorly? I don't know. I didn't orchestrate any of this. I just told 3 people the truth. What they did with that information was their choice. She tried one more time to reach me. Sent a handwritten letter to my apartment. It was waiting in my mailbox when I got home from work yesterday. For pages long. The highlights. You ruined my life over a misunderstanding. I never would have actually done anything with him. My career is suffering because of what you told people. I hope you're happy with what you've done. You'll never find someone who loved you as much as I did. Someday you'll realize what you lost. I read it once. Then I put it in the shredder. Here's the thing she'll never understand. I didn't ruin her life. I just refused to be part of the lie anymore. Everything that happened after, the work stuff, the ex moving on, the loss of friends, that all came from choices she made. I just stopped covering for her. The $800 Venmo request. She tried again through her sister's account. I recognized it and declined that too. If she wants to take me to small claims court over vacation costs for a trip she sabotaged, she's welcome to try. I've got the texts, the screenshots, and the timeline. My life is getting back to normal. Work is fine. Friends who matter have stuck around. I've started going to local trivia night with some guys from my building. Nothing life-changing, just something to do on Tuesday nights. I'm not dating anyone right now. Don't really want to. 14 months with someone and finding out you never really knew them at all. That takes time to process. I'm not bitter, just careful. Final update. 19 days after original post. This is genuinely my last update because the situation has finally resolved itself. Or at least, it's resolved enough that I can walk away. 3 days after the handwritten letter, her dad called me. Yeah, her actual father. We met a handful of times. Nice enough guy, works in construction, seemed like a straight shooter. Him, son, I know this is awkward, but I wanted to apologize. Me? For what? You didn't do anything. Him? for my daughter's behavior. Her mother and I raised her better than this, or at least we thought we did. She told us her version of what happened, and we believed her. Then her sister told us the truth. I didn't say anything, just waited. I'm not calling to ask you to take her back. That's between you two, and frankly, after what I've learned, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. I'm calling because I wanted you to know that not everyone in this family thinks you're the bad guy. You did right by yourself. More men should. I thanked him, told him I appreciated the call. We left it at that. The same day, I got a text from her sister again. She's moving. Got a transfer to another location in a different state. She says it's for a fresh start, but I think she just can't handle facing everyone who knows what happened. I thought you should know, so you don't have to worry about her showing up anymore. That was the best news I'd gotten in weeks. 2 days later, I got one final message from my ex. This one came through LinkedIn, of all places. I guess I forgot to block her there. I'm leaving next week. I know you probably don't care, but I wanted to say goodbye. I'm not going to apologize again because clearly it doesn't matter to you. But I want you to know that I never meant to hurt you. I was confused and I handled it badly. I'm not the villain you've made me out to be. I hope someday you can see that. Take care of yourself. I read it. Didn't respond. Then I blocked her on LinkedIn too. The thing is, she's right about one thing. I don't think she's a villain. I don't think she's evil. I think she's someone who wanted to have her cake and eat it too. And when she got caught, she couldn't accept that there would be consequences. That's not villainy. That's just immaturity. Entitlement. A belief that her feelings and desires should take priority over basic honesty. I don't hate her. I don't even dislike her, really. I just don't trust her. And without trust, there's nothing to build on. The ex, her actual ex, the guy from the beach, is still with his new girlfriend as far as I know. Good for him, I guess. He's someone else's problem now. Her mom never apologized. Her sister did twice. Her dad did once. The mutual friends have mostly settled into a new normal. Some closer to her side, some to mine, most just keeping their distance from the whole thing. That's fine. That's how these things go. As for me, I got my $800 back, actually. Not from her. I don't think I'll ever see that money. But about a week after everything went down, I got a call from the resort where I'd stayed. Turns out my room had been double booked due to a system error, and as a goodwill gesture, they refunded 2 of my 4 nights. $680 back on my card. Not quite $800, but close enough that it felt like the universe throwing me a bone. I'm working on trusting my own judgment again. That's the hardest part of something like this. Not the betrayal itself, but the realization that I missed the signs. Looking back, there were moments. Little things she said about her ex that felt too warm. Times she was protective of her phone. The way she'd changed the subject when I asked about her past relationships. I told myself those were just quirks. Boundaries. Now I know better. I don't regret how I handled any of this. When I saw her ex walk around that corner with his duffel bag, I could have caused a scene. Could have demanded explanations. Could have gotten angry or aggressive or dramatic. Instead, I just left. Took myself out of the equation and let them have exactly what they apparently wanted. And when she came to my door at midnight, I could have let her in, could have forgiven her, could have tried to make it work because 14 months is a long time and starting over is hard. But I didn't, because some things once broken stay broken. And I'd rather be alone and at peace than with someone who sees me as the backup plan. The vacation photos are still on my Instagram, by the way. That sunset shot from my balcony got more likes than anything I've ever posted. A few people asked where I was staying. I told them. One buddy even booked the same resort for his anniversary trip. Life goes on. Mine just goes on without her. Thanks for following along, everyone. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's just living well and letting the chips fall where they may. She won a week at the beach with her ex and her backup. She got a week at the beach alone, a career setback, a cross-country move, and the knowledge that everyone who matters knows the truth. I wanted a romantic vacation with someone I thought I loved. I got 4 nights in a nice resort, some clarity about who I was really dating, and a lesson I'll never forget. We both got what we paid for. Her just cost a lot more.